Hello everyone, Jamin here from Soldier Creek Bison. Welcome. Last we spoke was, right before roundup. And man, what a roundup it was. Had my family out, had friends and neighbors out, had Noah from Broken Arrow Bison. Man, he did a great job on that video. It was good to see his daughter out too. She was really getting in there and enjoying it. All in all, great roundup. We went to the Salina sale that next week and next weekend, and that was a great sale. We came home with some buffalo. I'll show you those here in a minute. Got a lot of videos for you. I'm playing catch up here. I've always got some excuse, but hey, here are the videos. Gonna kind of walk you through some of them, what we've been doing here at the ranch, what's been going on. So let's jump into it. Now in this next video, you'll see where I'm using the drone to push the calf back, or the calves back. So inevitably there are areas where the buffalo beat it up and I don't want them in that area. So what I'll do is I'll run a temporary hot wire to keep them off. And for the most part it works, but as you'll see in the video, the calves don't necessarily adhere to that. They can kind of slide right under it. And so occasionally throughout the day, I'll fly the drone out and use the drone to push the calves back. So inevitably, if you live in Kansas long enough, you're gonna hit a deer, and my wife did. So let's show you what happened to the car. Well, it ain't a good day, boys. Wife hit this future trophy, took him out. Let's see what the damage is. Of course. Sadly, as you can see in this one, 841 Black, she's hurt. Her left leg is torn up pretty bad. She had an encounter with a fence that didn't go her way. And so she's hobbling along, she's eating by herself. And I was hopeful that she would recover because these animals are unbelievably tough. Most of the time they do recover, but as you'll see in this follow-up video here, that the leg is completely broken. And so unfortunately we had to put her down. I was able to get her into the processor so she did not go to waste. But unfortunately these are just one of the things that happen when running a buffalo ranch. Okay, here are the latest additions to Soldier Creek Bison. We have 3 yearling bulls, and we have 1 bred 3-year-old and 1 bred 2-year-old. Super excited about these. They're all from the same herd. I believe it's Flint Hills Buffalo, run by Bob Fry, a legend in the business and a super nice guy. So initially I bought these for meat bulls, but man, they are just so good looking. 953 there on the right. He may become a replacement breeding bull. Let's just kind of see how they develop and go from there. Aside from that, we do have our meat bulls over there in the main pen, eating on some range cubes. And we've got the yearling heifers and the calves that are about to go to Broken Arrow Bison. So Noah is on the road and should be here shortly. And when he gets here, we'll get some video of getting them loaded up. So feeding the meat bulls, ever since the roundup, we've separated off the bulls that we were going to keep for meat. There were 5 of them. So unfortunately, that's 2 months of feeding them, making sure they have hay, food, water, mineral, all that stuff, even during the cold. But we were able to get them all off to the processor. So all the meat bulls are gone, and customers are gonna have their meat. Now on my interior fences, I use the 2 strands of electric fence. Now, as you see in that video, it didn't work out really well because the calves can just bounce right through it. So what we've gone and done is added a 3rd strand to all the interior fences. So now there's 3 strands. I'm really not seeing that problem anymore. We'll see what happens come calving season if they all stay in and kind of learn the boundaries. But for the most part, everything's been running smoothly. Okay, so against my better judgment, I'm going to be moving these new buffalo and these 2 corrals. There's 5 of them, 3 yearling bulls, 2 bred heifers, and we're going to move them into the paddock with the rest of the buffalo. So they've all been getting acquainted with each other, and I'm hopeful that they do not crash through my electric fence. That's the problem with bringing new animals on. You got to habituate them. You never know how it's going to go. So I'm going to roll out a hay bale, and then we'll get the drone up and see what happens. Here we go. So you can see it's a little touch and go there. I was so nervous. I was trying to fly that drone around and just keep them away from the electric fence, like that was really going to work, but it made me feel better. Took them a couple days, but they eventually settled in. Now they're just like the rest of the herd. They act like them. Their mannerisms are the same. It's kind of eerie how they just conform to how the rest of the herd behaves. So glad to see kind of what they do and what kind of genetics they produce to help the ranch. Additionally, behind me, you can see a livestock trailer. I bought a livestock trailer. I'm in the process of kind of cleaning up the rusty spots, putting in all new bearings, electric brakes, etc. So it's a work in progress. Livestock trailer is one of those things you don't need it until you need it. So found a Titan here. I like the Titan trailers. So needs a little TLC, but in the end should be a pretty good trailer. So processing date is upon us, and I've got to kind of stage the buffalo in such a way so that the heavier ones are towards the front and they're not bullying the others. So in this next video, that was me trying to get some of the buffalo in one pen and the others off to the side in kind of the order that they're gonna go. calves sure are a whole lot easier. They're right there. Orient myself. They're pretty spooked. They know something's up. I got the truck and trailer loaded up, the alleyway set up to kind of load them out, and they are not liking it. But it's part of raising buffalo. You can't keep them all. So tomorrow morning, fingers crossed, everything goes relatively smoothly and nobody gets hurt. So you'll see here, this was an existing pond. The pond has a lot of wind south to north, and it slowly started to erode this pond dam. The wife and I took some of the rock from some other ponds that were being built. I spent the time breaking it all up, and she and I slowly but surely carried it in small 5x8 trailer, loaded it with the tractor, unloaded it by hand, placed every single one of those stones by hand. Still have a little way to go, but we run out of rock, but I can find some somewhere else. I've got a large pile of topsoil behind one of the barns in the middle of the property, so I'm going to use that, and we're going to top dress the dam once we're done and make it wider and kind of refurbish that dam. But proud of the work that we did there. It only took us probably about 3 days to do that. Have another day or two and should be done. So you can see a lot going on here at the ranch. There's still more to do. I've got obviously the livestock trailer to finish up, which I'll try to get some videos in, show you what we're doing there. I've got quite a few large brush piles to burn. I've got that dock to finish on that pond. I did want to take a minute and thank everyone who purchased meat from us. It means the world to us. You know, there's a lot of time and effort, blood, sweat, and tears that go into maintaining a ranch and raising these animals. And so, like I tell people, if you want to see more bison out there driving across this beautiful country, you have to eat more bison. So thank you to everyone who purchased meat from us. It means the world to us. So hope you all enjoyed. Hope all is good on your end. Thanks for tagging along, and we hope to talk soon.